Good evening. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Tonight, the week in review. Let's talk about the allegations made by Councilman John Rubo earlier this week, as well as the new developments that broke ground yesterday, and a bunch of other bochinche that's going on here in the city of Yonkers. Join me. It's Friday, folks. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight,
let's get it popping.
That's right, folks.
In another one, Mr. Rubo lied to me, and I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping.
I am Freddie Vasquez, and we are going to get it popping tonight. Thank you for joining me. How you doing, folks? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hope all is well. Happy Friday. Breen means business. Good evening, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez, Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight is the week in review. I want to go over a bunch of stuff this week. It was very eventful. The Breen Center finally coming to its completion, although I think they got about another 30 days. John Rubo is saying about 2 weeks. However, based on what I saw and what needs to be done, I'm thinking another 30 days. Well, we were very excited about that. The seniors especially, it's their center. They were very, very excited about it. However, they were still displeased a bit, upset that it had taken so long and that they had to fight so hard just to see this day come. And it's still not completed. So they're still waiting and they're still a bit unhappy. But what really was the news that day were the allegations that were made by a member of District 4, a resident here of the city of Yonkers, regarding Council Member John Rubo of the 4th District. I spoke about this yesterday and detailed the allegations were in regards to bribery, according to the individual who mentioned the allegations. She was offered a job for a family member, a $60,000 to $70,000 a year city job, so as long as she did not run against Councilman Rubo for the seat in the 4th District. Mr. Rubo seems to make offers like this, apparently, quite often. I'm just getting some recent information that was coming in, actually, which is why I came on a little bit later, about another offer that the councilman made to a gentleman, and I'm sorry if I'm not going to pronounce his name right, Abdul, I'm not sure the last name, but he ran or wanted to run against John Rubo last year. However, his signatures were challenged, and he, unlike Carlos Burgos, was not successful, and he was kicked off the ballot. But what I hear from sources is that John Rubo, at one point, went over to the gentleman's business. He owns a deli on McLean Avenue. And in fact, the family owns several delis here in the city of Yonkers. But the councilman went over to his deli and told him that I'm going to be mayor. And if you back off and support me now, when I become mayor, I'm going to give you my full support for the 4th District seat. That's right. These are another set of allegations that I'm just learning about today. So I'm wondering, will anything be done? The allegations made by the woman at the Bernice Breckman Center were coming from her. They were directly from her own mouth. These weren't rumors. These weren't, allegations that she heard somewhere else or someone, a friend of hers. This was actually the person. She was the person who was sat down at a diner. Councilman John Rubel sat her down at a diner with Zahi Jerris to make this offer so that she wouldn't run. She didn't accept the offer, and she's fed up. And the reason why she made, or not made the allegation, but the reason why she spoke out was because the councilman called her a scammer in front of everybody at the Bernice Breckman walkthrough that day. And I know I showed it. I'm going to show that again here real quick. But yeah, I mean, it blew everybody's mind. People were like, wow, I can't believe that a councilman, an elected official, will actually speak to a member of the community like that, a constituent, calling her a scammer in front of everybody. So I want to play that video here just really quick.
There were several projects that where the centers needed to be upgraded to have handicap accessible bathrooms. This was the second center to be done. You should go on Yonkers Voice. Yes, absolutely. But this room was painted last week.
They're coming for your gas
I'm not going to
furnaces,
go through
oil boilers,
the commercials
wood stoves,
there.
and gas.
But anyway, you know those scammers that call up the elderly pretending to be Con Edison, scamming you for $1,000? Well, folks, you're being scammed. This is what he says to the elderly and the senior members of the community. And he goes, you're being scammed by that woman. And he points over to Carolyn Carolyn Elizabeth Marie. I always say your name. I always twist her. Carolyn Elizabeth Marie. Now, Carolyn Elizabeth Marie is a longtime advocate here in the city, and I want to support her, and I want everyone to support her because she's, now you're a bit afraid. Let's just be honest. She's a bit afraid, and why should she be afraid for speaking her truth? So I want to make sure that we show her support. Carolyn, I support you, and I support anyone who wants to speak out and speak their truth. So I did reach out to her, and I mentioned that I got your back. I'm here to support you 1,000%. There are a lot of other people that support her, but she's very concerned. But she's fed up. Like a lot of other people here in the city of Yonkers, people are fed up. And these next coming elections are going to be very eventful. Very eventful. People are fed up. The biggest one of them all is the mayor's race. That's all people are mostly talking about. Although Mike Breen is running against Nader Sage. That's an election that's coming up. The primaries will be here in June. And there are other elections going on. But people are mostly talking about the mayor's race. Who will be the next mayor of Yonkers? And they're talking about the fourth term. That's right, folks. The fourth term. What is the fourth term? Well, people are saying that the mayor will go for a fourth term. He is serving his third term. He had back in 2018, the city council passed legislation to add another term. And now many are concerned that that's what's going to happen again. Based on recent speeches given by the mayor, things that are being said, the things that are being posted on Facebook, all that's happening here in the city, everyone's saying the mayor is going for a fourth term. What do you think, folks? Do you want to see the mayor, Spano, go for a fourth term, or do you think it's time that we get a new mayor? I'm going to show you some stuff here really quick. I want to show you this picture because I got a little bit of flack for it. Here's the mayor. The mayor yesterday was at a groundbreaking ceremony for new developments that are going to be going up. This is a $500 million project. A $500 million project that they broke ground for yesterday by Xtel developers. It's going to be called, they're going to be called the Hudson Piers. And it's going to be 7 buildings, 1,400 units. 1,400 units. And it's going to create a walkway or bike trail that's going to go from the Bronx, the border of the Bronx, as they said yesterday, all the way up to Putnam County. And it's going to be nonstop, just a long walkway. And eventually it's going to actually begin at Battery Park in Manhattan and go all the way up to Albany, they say. They broke ground yesterday for the $500 million project here. I posted this picture and I talked about the majority leader's poom poom shorts. I didn't appreciate, and I guess, hey, listen. Some people, one person said, was I jealous? I don't see why I would be jealous. I don't think it's appropriate to wear poom poom shorts to an event like this. What do you think? It's just not appropriate. So I got criticism from some people, and I want to mention who the individual was because they're a district leader. A district leader by the name of Sandy Gray. Sandy, are you watching? I told her if she wanted to voice her opinion, she can watch live. And apparently she had an issue with my post here regarding the majority leader's outfit for this event. I just didn't think it was appropriate. I think it's, not really professional. And I like to see my people represented better. I'm going to say it. I don't care. I don't care. And let me just put this out there. Because people have been saying, Freddie, not a lot of people, most people support and agree with me. And in fact, some of the stuff that I say, a lot of stuff I get from other people, right? And they bring it to my attention. But I want to make this very clear. These individuals are not nice people. Don't get it twisted. They're not nice people. So I don't want to hear anyone getting upset with me because I make comments about these individuals. They're not nice people. The majority leader there attacks constituents. It's on video. She curses at her constituents. She threatens to beat up other elected officials. Just ask Councilwoman Shanae Williams. Ask Councilman John Rubo. She yells in city council chambers as if she's out in the street. She threatens to shut down businesses because she has personal beefs with the owners. She has cops and building department inspectors and fire department inspectors harass businesses for personal reasons, using her authority to threaten individuals. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad, and I don't care if you have an issue with my post. I don't feel bad. These individuals are not nice people. Councilman Rubel, the same thing. He attacks women. He calls them scammers. Shakes down single mothers trying to get their businesses open over in District 4. Like he did to the woman who he called the building inspector on. And then they shook her down for $2,500 in order to get her permits expedited. He associates himself with a convicted criminal, political corruption, Zahi Jarris. And together they shake people down and they get you your permits if you pay them anywhere between $2,500 and $5,000. They don't care about you. They don't care about the people that they shake down, the people that they insult, the people that they threaten. So why should I care? Why should I be concerned with what I post about them? They're the elected officials. They're the ones that are held to a higher standard. So I don't want to hear that Sandy Gray, the district leader. And no, I'm not jealous of the majority leader. I'm not sure why I would be. But again, don't get it twisted. This woman killed the housing ordinance. She doesn't care about those who are in need of affordable housing. She doesn't care about people who look just like her. She prefers to be up there with individuals of high society. She dreams of these developments, as she says. Well, there are people dreaming of being able to get a home, homeless. People who are in need of housing because housing is just too damn expensive these days, and you do nothing about it. Your job is not to break ground with developers. Your job is to get a housing ordinance passed. Your job is to address the housing crisis that we have here in the city. Not worry about the developers, because that's all they've done. That's all they've done. So please, save the comments about whatever I say about it. If you got an issue with it, then keep it moving. Keep it moving. They're elected officials. They're held to a higher standard, and they have screwed the people over. They've jerked the people over, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. They're not going to just simply buy us off with free food. And have you all noticed that they all been doing fundraisers? Mike Breen is doing a fundraiser. John Rubo is doing a fundraiser as well. I'll get to Corazon in a minute. John Rubo is doing a fundraiser over at 86 Main Street. Is he paying for this event? Is he paying AMS to do this event? 86 Main Street is owned by AMS, his landlords over at the Yonkers Brewing Company, where many have questioned whether or not he's paying rent there or if he's paying market rate rent. I saw this. It was sent to me today, I believe. He's raising money. What are you raising money for, Rubo? What are you raising money for exactly? Many of them are raising money for what? $100 per individuals, $250 for supporters, $500 for friend, and $1,000 for hosts. And guest speaker is the mayor. Now, I'm surprised the mayor is gonna be your guest speaker, Rubo, because you got the mayor into some problems. Because of you, there are allegations that have been made public now that involve the mayor. According to the allegations that I just mentioned earlier, the offer that John Rubo made to Carolyn Elizabeth Marie, the offer for the $60,000 to $70,000 city job, was sanctioned by the mayor. Although I don't believe that. I don't necessarily believe that. I think he was just saying that to try and convince her, because he was truly concerned. He was truly concerned that he was going to lose his seat. He was concerned against Carlos Burgos. And look what he did. He had Harris Beach try and question his signatures. He took him to court. So now John Rubo is raising money. He's got Mike Spano, the mayor, as his guest speaker. What are you raising money for, John? Are you raising money for Zahi? It seems like Zahi's got all these candidates out here raising money for him. That's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. Going back to this picture here, look, I'm going to be on top of all of our elected officials. Tasha Diaz has screwed the people over, point blank, period. She killed the housing ordinance. She has not presented anything new. She has not presented any true legislation that has benefited anyone, let alone people of color, let alone people in her district. Okay, district leader, wherever you are, what are you doing? What are you doing besides defending Majority Leader Tasha Diaz for doing absolutely nothing? What are you doing? Ken Jenkins there, big smile on his face, talked about the pathway that's going to go all the way up to Albany, Putnam County. So let me tell you, folks, he said that day that where they're breaking ground from, they're going to go 1.5 miles north. That means they're going to cut right through the JFK Marina. So again, what is the majority leader, a woman of color, doing about the JFK Marina and the fact that it's going to go private? She doesn't care. And going back to John Rubo and his event, John Rubo You got to go, John. You're done. You're not going to be mayor. Those dreams, I hope you've like given up on that. You're done. John Rubo took out a Section 108 HUD loan. What is a Section 108 HUD loan? A Section 108 HUD loan is a loan that is guaranteed by the city. A city employee took out a loan guaranteed by the city, a Section 108 HUD loan for his Yonkers Brewing Company. I believe he paid it back, but if he had not paid it back, the city of Yonkers would have been responsible for it. Now, the city of Yonkers was responsible for the pizza place next door that also took out a Section 108 HUD loan while it was under the ownership of an individual who also works for the city of Yonkers. Unfortunately, he could not pay back the loan, so the city had to pay the loan. Now, is the city deducting this from his paycheck? Apparently, the man could not keep the business open, could not pay the loan back. He ended up selling the pizza place that's right next door to the Yonkers Brewing Company. So it's not the same owner. I just thought I'd put that out there. I find that interesting that city councilman would take out a loan, a Section 108 HUD loan for his business that's guaranteed by the city if he were to default. And both of those businesses, by the way, had their leases rewritten. So they're paying less than they originally were paying when they signed their leases originally. And why is that? Because John Rubo looks out for AMS as the chair of the real estate committee. So I want to wrap up on Rubo. Really quick. And I do want to just, again, Liam McLaughlin, the Yonkers Inspector General, are you going to investigate the allegations that were made by Carolyn Elizabeth Marie, a member of the community, a resident of the city of Yonkers, against Councilman John Rubo? According to Carolyn, Mr. Rubo offered her a $60,000 to $70,000 city job if she did not run against him. Along with him was Zahi Jeris, a man convicted of political corruption for bribing Sandy Anabi, getting her to change her vote on the Ridge Hill project, sending her to jail as well. Zahi Jeris is behind John Rubo. And when I say that, I mean that he is the guy that funds them. He pays for their campaigns. He brings in the contributors, the donors. He sets up the events for them. He gets everything done for them. And in return, they do his bidding as when they get elected. Now, how do they pay him back beside that? Well, they go around raising money. This is what the elected officials do. They go around raising money. What are they raising this money for? And I want to know, John, why is it that the committee to elect John Rubo is located at 115 First Street, the same address to your business, A Perfect Solution? What do you do over there at A Perfect Solution, John? Is AMS one of your clients, like I was told by a source? I just find that to be interesting. Find that very interesting. So is Liam McLaughlin going to investigate John Rubo? People are saying he's not. They're part of the Good Old Boys Club. They're good friends. They know each other well from District 4. Yonkers Inspector General Liam McLaughlin will not be investigating John Rubo for allegations made by Carolyn Elizabeth Marie in regards to bribing her not to run against him. If he does not investigate, folks, then we have a corrupt Yonkers Inspector General. Bottom line. So I will be waiting. I'll be watching. Let's see if the Yonkers Inspector General Leah McLaughlin is going to investigate John Rubo for allegations of bribery. The individuals who is making the allegations is ready to talk if you're willing to do your job, Leah McLaughlin. Let's see what you're going to do about that. And if I were the mayor, I'd stay clear away from John Rubo's events. Moving on. Corazon Pineda. You know what? I'm going to be nice to Corazon tonight. She's getting a lot of heat. What is it, Corazon? They don't like you anymore? What happened? What happened? It's about time. It's about time you do some thinking, Corazon. This was posted on Yonkers Voice earlier today. It says, let's start the conversation by asking our councilwoman, Corazon Pineda Isaac, the status on her database that would address the issue with slumlords. How is that going, Corazon? How are you still working on it 3 or 4 years later? Dear members, if you live in a building that has been neglected by the landlord or management, please tag that property management landlord and Corazon Pineda Isaac. We do not need empty promises. Corazon, it's time for you to deliver. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I've had conversations with Ben Ruros from the Yonkers Voice, and he says he doesn't get involved in politics. He says that's not his thing, because I've asked him, why aren't you talking about some of the stuff that's going on? Why aren't you mentioning these incidents of corruption and quid quo pro, or what they did to Mike Cater? Because you act like you're cool with the Caters, right? You act like you're cool with them, but you did nothing to at least report the truth, or at least put all the information out there. But you said that you don't get involved in politics, right? They just pay you $1,200 or whatever during their campaign. It depends what they want, how many videos they want to do, you know, if it's election season, and then that's what determines the price, and that's it. You just get paid, you put on whatever they want, and that's how you make your money. Remember? This is your bread and butter. I was stepping on your toes. But why are you posting this then? Why are you making a post about Corazon? Why are you going after Corazon and not going after John Rubo, who made those allegations on your video, on your page? Why don't you have a post like this about that? And why all of a sudden are you now trying to hold elected officials accountable? Why? I'm going to tell you why, folks. They're paying him to target Corazon. The Yonkers Voice is being paid to target Corazon. I've been noticing that they have issues with her in the city council meetings. And I'm not sure what's going on, but I've been hearing that Corazon has been on the outs with the administration. She was the future of politics here in Yonkers, and I don't think she's feeling that way anymore. And she's starting to realize it. And Corazon, it's time maybe you come back. Come back to your people. Come back to your people. Because when they're done with you, as you can see, they will throw you under the bus. They will throw you under the bus. And we can make amends. Come on over. Come on over, Corazon. Come back to the Latinos. Come back over to us, okay? I don't mean like you were only with the whites. That's what I mean. I mean, like, I should say, come back over to the regular folks, not the elites, okay? Come back over, because they're throwing you under the bus. I noticed that when you try to introduce that motion for the, I guess this was maybe for the database, and they rejected you. They told you that you cannot do that because they had not received it and had chance to go over it prior to the meeting. And I thought the city council president was just trying to do the job the correct way. But then I started to realize what it really was about. They were shutting you down. And then now they got Ruros to put this post about you. Why are they going after Corazon? They're throwing you under the bus. And I want you, Tasha Diaz, the majority leader, to take heed. All of you, take heed. When you are no longer useful, you will get thrown in the trash. And this is what they will do to you. So, corazón, come on over. Come on back. We'll take you back. Okay? We understand your mind got a little hazy and foggy and clouded that you didn't really know what was going on. I understand. I understand. So, I don't know what's going on there in City Hall, but I know that there's a lot of catfighting going on. So then she responds. She responds, and I want to share that also. Thank you for highlighting this issue. Holding landlords that don't provide adequate living conditions accountable continues to be one of my main priorities. It is true that I introduced and passed a resolution for the creation of the landlord registry. Unfortunately, it has taken the city longer than anticipated to get this database up and running. We hired a company that failed to deliver on its promise. Then it took time to find a second company, and then a lot of other factors has led to a very slow rollout. I've been quite frustrated about its slow release. However, I've been in communication with the IT commissioner, and he has assured me that this will be ready to launch by next month, hopefully sooner. As soon as it is, I will make sure to let you know. In the meantime, however, I urge everyone to call whatever. So she responds. She gave a political answer. That was a very political answer. But you know they're dragging their feet. They don't want you to shine, corazón. They're dragging their feet. That was a very political answer, though. Moving on. Moving on. Breen means business. I think I mentioned this earlier today. Mike Breen is doing his event. However, it no longer will be hosted by Henry Dijon Balaj and that guy, Ramdelli, or whatever, Mike Ramdelli. I believe he was a city employee. From what I'm hearing, Zahi Jerris had an issue with them hosting the event, so they had to get him off. And I hear that Zahi Jerris is scared. I hear that Nader Sage is scared. They're concerned that Mike Breen may actually win. They tried to challenge him. They took him to court. They do this to everybody, folks. Everyone who wants to run an election, the powers that be will take you to court and challenge your signatures. And they did the same thing to Mike Breen very recently. However, he passed with flying colors. So he is holding on to the conservative party line. So he has the Republican ticket. He has the conservative ticket. And now Nader Sage and Zahi Jerris are very concerned. They're very concerned that Nader may actually lose. Things are not looking good. Things are not looking good for those who have been in politics for a while, who have maintained a tight grip on politics for a while. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. So that's why they took down the sign. Many people wondering if it was canceled, what's going on. It's back. It's back. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about in terms of the elected officials, what's going on in politics and stuff like that. I do want to mention that some, residents are very upset. They're hoping that maybe some of the road closures and stuff could be announced prior to the roads being closed. Maybe they can let people know that, there are alternative routes that they can take. Some people are waking up in the morning, heading to work and finding that a road's been closed, a road that they normally would take to work, causing them to have to find an alternate route, and they're arriving to work late. So elected officials, City of Yonkers, people are requesting that maybe if you guys could let them know which roads are going to be closed for maintenance, construction, whatever it is that's going on, just to let them know what the alternative routes are. That way, they can know and prepare the night before. All right. So I'm mentioning that, which is true. It's a pain in the ass with a lot of roads. It's a lot of work being done. And the traffic is just crazy. Traffic is just crazy. So before I go, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the developments. I was speaking to somebody and I asked, what was the impact? What are going to be the impacts, the immediate impacts, and then, the future impacts of this mass, I guess, migration, if you want to call it, or for lack of a better word. Yesterday, they announced the development, 1,400 new units. 1,400 new units. There's one already going up on Prospect and Buena Vista. That one, I believe, is going to be about 300 new units. They still are in the planning stage for the Ludlow development. That's going to bring a whole bunch more units. There are a lot of other buildings that are in the planning stages. Some are finishing in completion or nearing completion. You got a lot of stuff going up along Alexander Street, along Ravine. A lot of people are going to be moving into Yonkers. So I wanted to know, what will be the immediate impact on the city? What's going to be the immediate impact on the city with all these people moving in? What is going to be the impact on schools? I know that they're working on building another school, but it's only one. And the schools were already overcrowded before they even thought about building that school. And you got a lot more people coming in. Granted, many of the apartments are going to be for like younger professionals. You're not going to see a lot of maybe families coming in, but who knows? But what is going to be the impact on schools, traffic? We see the impact already. It takes you 20 minutes to get from the Sawmill to downtown Yonkers. It's crazy. What about on our emergency services, our police departments, our fire departments? Crime is, it's been pretty bad actually, but it's been a lot of thefts, especially alongside Broadway. So I wanted to just have people think about that. I wanted to kind of put that out there. Folks could think about it. Think about how are we going to be impacted with all these people once all these developments are up? And once they're at, zero vacancy or near or at zero vacancy, meaning that they're pretty much full. They're all been developed. They're all full. What impact is that going to have on the city? So, I was talking to somebody and they kind of came up to the same conclusion that I've been coming up. The people that are in charge of all this that's going on here in the city of Yonkers don't care. They're not even thinking about that. What they're doing is making their money, and then they're going to get the hell out of Dodge. Because the way they're developing Yonkers, I think it's too fast. They're building too quick. There's not a lot of thought being put into it. I don't think. I think it's just build. I don't know. Anyway, folks, that's my weekend review. Did I leave anything out? I feel like I left something out. I didn't write anything today. I didn't write it down. I talked about John Rubo, the allegations. Talked about Corazon and the post by the Yonkers Voice there, which kind of surprised me because I didn't think he got involved in politics like that. But it looks like they're starting to come after Corazon. And that's pretty much it. And Mike Breen is back in business, folks. So that's all I wanted to talk about. That's it. Corazon, they're coming for you. Is that what is going on there? Looks like they're coming for her because I don't know if you saw the meeting and the way I don't know. I felt like the city council, the exchange between the city council president and Councilwoman Corazon Pineda was a little, and I've also, I just noticed it, and I'm hearing word on the street is that she's kind of on the outs now. She used to be the future of Yonkers politics. But I think they're going to go for a fourth term. I think that's definitely what's going to happen. That's for sure. That's what's going to happen in my book. Anyway, folks, thank you. Friday night, go get some sleep. Go do whatever you guys do. Go party. I know I'm going to get some rest. I'm going to hang out with my wife and kids, probably watch a little movie or something until I fall asleep. And that's about it. All right. So I'm Freddie Vasquez, Basement Politics. Thank you, folks. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please politicwithfred@gmail.com. You can leave your comments on the page directly. For the individual Sandy Gray, you didn't like my comment on the majority leader. So what? I don't care. And you're a district leader. What are you doing? You ain't doing nothing. You're probably part of the whole crew, right? I don't care. She's way inappropriate. She doesn't dress appropriately. She doesn't speak to people appropriately. She's threatened people. She's threatened business owners because of her daughter. She's threatened to beat up other elected officials. She's threatened constituents. She's cursed at them. She's called the cops on them. She's hood rat, ratchet, point blank, period. And us as Latinos and Blacks should be represented much better. I'm tired of looking like fools in front of other groups because we have idiots like this representing us. I'm done with that. We are a lot more sophisticated. We are a lot more intelligent. And we are a lot more capable. And I'm tired of being somebody's puppet. We are almost 50% of the population here in the city of Yonkers, Latinos, Hispanics. It's time that we start to utilize that size, that population size, right? And start to become more active and more involved. And we need more people to step up. We need more people to step up and want to serve the community and want to serve in politics. People of good character. People with intelligence. Okay. People who have integrity, moral character. And that's why I say what I say. Because the individuals that we have representing us are not good enough for me. And they shouldn't be good enough for the rest of you, Hispanics and Blacks. They have done nothing for us. They don't represent us right. They don't look out for us. We're not their concern. And they show it to us every day. And what do? Give us food? You hand us our food. Why don't you give them opportunities to learn how to get their own food? Not just how to be dependent. Because that's all you're doing. And that's not even your food, majority leader and whoever else is handing out food out there. That's not your food. You guys are getting that food from Feeding Westchester. You're just middlemaning it. You're just standing there. You're not doing nothing. Your job is to legislate. Go in and legislate. And do something for those that are in need, those that are living in poverty still. Not the developers only. So I don't have no sympathy for any of you because you don't care about the people. The things that you do show you don't care about the people. So I don't have no sympathy for you. And anyone that supports and defends them, it's probably because you're rolling with them and you're doing the same thing and you're somehow benefiting. So I don't want to hear what you guys got to say either. I don't really care because if you're not really doing something for the community, if you're not out there, you're giving yourself, advocating, fighting hard. People like Karen Elizabeth Marie. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to get it right. But people like that who are out there advocating and don't want anything, don't want a job, don't want a title, don't want to be friends with elected officials, don't want to be standing up there on the podium, taking pictures, don't want to do none of that. They just do it because that's in their heart. They don't go for photo opportunities and then to leave quickly. I don't see none of you in the community. Not one of you elected officials do I ever see in the community because I'm always in the community. Always. That's how I always run into these incidents happening. You guys are never around. None of you. Only when it's time to get elected. Only when you want a photo opportunity. That's it. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't care about, I don't have no sympathy. I don't care. And I can't wait to get you guys voted up out of there. Yeah, that's right. I said I can't wait. I can't wait because I'm going to be champion hard. I'm going to be out there with signs. Wait till the elections come up. Just wait till the elections come up. District 2, District 3, District 1. District 4, 5, and 6. Wait till the elections come up. We're going to be out there. We're going to be pushing. It's just the beginning because there are plans and strategies in play to get you out. We're done with you. We no longer want you to represent us. I'm Freddie Vasquez. And if you got a problem with it, that's your problem, not mine. Unless you make it mine, and then it'll be yours. Have a great night.
Freddie wins.
I'm done. I'm sick of the nonsense, yo. And I'm sick of the freaking, what do you call those? Sycophants and ass kissers. Shut up. Shut up. Stay off my page. Stay off my page. Y'all not doing nothing. Stay off my page. I don't want to hear the nonsense, right? It's done. We're done. We're over it. We're going to come to get you guys out. John Rubo, you got to go. No one should ever threaten, no elected official should ever threaten other constituents and anyone or call them scammers or attack them in that manner. No elected official should ever do that. No elected official should ever run up in a business and threaten to shut them down and then have police giving them tickets, giving their customers tickets, having the building department give them tickets. No elected official should do that. No elected official should threaten another elected official. Never threaten to beat them up. What kind of crap is this? So you guys are gone, and I'm going to be pushing hard. And I want everyone to come out and speak up. That's it. Can't be scared no more. No more. So we're coming. We are coming. Mark my words. I will spend money. I will spend time, and I'm going to come for you and removing you out of your seat.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
Carolyn, I got your back, Carolyn. If anyone want to mess with Carolyn, I'm coming for you. I got your back, Carolyn. No one's gonna mess with you. None of you punks gonna mess with her.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
And I think we should go to the IG's office. I will go with you.
Freddie wins.
You better apologize to her, Rubo.
Fatality.
John Rubo, apologize to Carolyn for calling her a scammer. Or we going to the IG.
Freddie wins.
State IG.
Fatality.
And I got your back, Carolyn. I got your back 1,000%. John Rubo, apologize to Carolyn for calling her a scammer. Folks, tag John Rubo, go to his page, comment, I say, apologize to Carolyn for calling her a scammer. That's a woman. Punk. When I see you, I'm gonna tell you to apologize to Carolyn for calling her a scammer. John, wait till I see you. I'm gonna tell you that in front of everybody. I'm gonna say it loud. Apologize to Carolyn for calling her a scammer. And Tasha Diaz, go apologize to that business owner over there on McLean that you threatened to shut down. You know, the one that you treated like crap? Yeah, the one you had the building department and the police and the fire department go and harass. Go apologize to that guy. Tasha, go apologize to that business owner. John, go apologize to Carolyn. We holding you accountable. I'm mad at you. No, I'm serious though, John. You gotta apologize. When I see you, I'm gonna tell you to apologize. Have a good night.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I want. In another one, Mr. Rubo lied to me. And I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much. In another one, Mr. Rubo lied to me. And I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much. Let's get it popping. I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I went to Yonkers public schools. I don't think you did. We can go on all night with this, honey. I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I went to Yonkers public schools. I don't think you did. We can go on all night with this, honey. I was raised.
What is that sweet spot? determine, what is that sweet spot? Let's get it popping. What is that?
You tell me what a sweet spot is. I've been hearing some things. Corazon, I've been hearing some things. I haven't repeated what I heard about you, Corazon, because I heard something and I haven't repeated it because I don't repeat everything. Believe it or not. I'm just letting you know, Corazon, that I heard something about you that I have not repeated that would blow ish. Actually, I've got a lot of things on all of you that I have not mentioned that will the people here in the city of Yonkers.
Freddy wins. Fatality. Game over.
No!